Welcome to TowneBank Stadium here in Newport News, Virginia, the site of the first round of the USL2 playoffs. Lionsbridge FC taking on Vermont Green Football Club in tonight's main event. Lionsbridge, an undefeated squad, one of just 4 teams in the entire USL2 to remain undefeated up to this point against a club in their first year. Vermont Green traveling quite a bit of distance here to Newport News to take on the number 1 team in the country, but if there's a team that can stack up to the best, it's certainly this squad here. My name is Austin Urch, and I'm excited to be bringing you this contest here tonight. Vermont Green and Lionsbridge meeting in the first round of the playoffs. Vermont Green, everything to play for them. Lionsbridge trying to advance to the second round of the playoffs. We've got quite an exciting game coming up here. Before we get too far underway, we want to just go through the starting lineups first for Vermont Green FC. In goal, number 4, Nathan Silvera. Number 2, Carter Beaulieu. Number 3, Charles Adams. Number 5, Ekrem Huzen. Number 6, Daniel Pasella. Number 7, Digba Nwegbo. Number 11, Nathan Messer. Number 12, Owen O'Malley. Number 15, Sam McCann. Number 21, Garrett Leal. Number 24, Joe Morrison. And number 30, Jack Cloherty. For Lionsbridge FC, lining up on the opposite side of the field for them. In goal, number 00, Marc-Antoine Huzen. Number 2, Davide Materazzi. Number 6, Andrew Bennett. Number 10, Maxi Hopfer. Number 14, Charlie Elliott. Number 16, Coleman Jennings. Number 18, Miguel Guererro. Number 19, Alexander Levengood. Number 31, Sam Hall. And number 32, Kisa Kiingi. It's a very strong Lionsbridge lineup, one that we've seen them field multiple times here at TowneBank Stadium all throughout the season. But here the stakes are just a little bit higher in the playoffs. Adam Davie will kick things off here for Lionsbridge FC. The boys in blue will be in possession to start things off here. A brand new addition to the squad, Alexander Levengood. The second game for the club this season. A late addition to the roster. We'll see if he can really be a game changer. Notable name on the sideline, Danny Lokko for Lionsbridge, and a little bit of a taste of their own medicine being handed to them by McCann. McCann very quickly off the gun, trying to disrupt the Lionsbridge players, and too many times so far this season we've seen Lionsbridge do that to their opponents. So it's interesting to see someone give that back right to them. And so far, working out very well for the visiting squad. A throw in deep inside Lionsbridge territory. Pasella has this one. Taking it back, and it looks like this one just barely rolled out over the sideline. Throw in for Lionsbridge. Bit of a missed opportunity there. So some keys for the game for the visitors ahead of this matchup. One big one for them is to disrupt the Lionsbridge long ball. It's a very common tactic that we've seen time and time again that Lionsbridge loves to utilize. They'll play a deep ball over the top as Jennings nearly able to take away one there in the middle of the field. But the Green able to hold on to it. O'Malley tries to send it up top. Materazzi heads it away in a battle for possession here. Lionsbridge very frequently looks for that long ball as Maxi Hopfer takes it in stride. Jennings on the outside, able to find him inside the 18. Now shot from up and over the bar, well out of play. Goal kick coming up. That's something that the defenders, though, will have to be wary of as the game progresses. And another one, this time for the offense on the other side of the field for Vermont Green. It's really going to be to capitalize on those Lionsbridge defensive mistakes. Lionsbridge is a team that has had some shaky defense from time to time, and throughout the season, teams in the Chesapeake division have been able to capitalize on those opportunities when presented, but certainly not often enough, as they should have. We'll see if Lionsbridge will be able to play a much cleaner game defensively here once the playoffs are underway, or if Vermont Green will be able to sniff out some mistakes and perhaps find themselves in the second round of the playoffs before long. Bit of a miscue there for Davie, but Jennings on the end of it. A good sliding challenge by O'Malley. Disrupts the pass, knocks the ball out of play for a corner kick. That's another big key to the game. Watch out for those set pieces. Lionsbridge loves to score from those set pieces. Bennett with the delivery. Usually he'll find Sam Hall or Charlie Elliott inside the box. Two towering figures inside the 6-yard box now crowding the goalkeeper. This one is played short. Hopfer tried to turn in towards the box, but instead it's knocked out of bounds by the defender. A quick little rinse and repeat. We'll get set to do it again here now in the 4th minute. Hopfer over beside Bennett. Have to think that this one's going into the box, and it is. Opportunity just over the crossbar. How close there for Lionsbridge. Just a couple inches away from bagging the opener. That's up top, Jennings. Looks like you would want that one back. A 23-year-old out of Vesvia Hills, Virginia. This one is played up on the goal kick. Out towards the sideline. Levengood keeps it alive. Now the visitors are able to win the ball back in the center of the field. Morrison out towards his left. He's dispossessed. Bennett. Good sliding challenge by Pasella. Breaks up the play, knocks it out for a throw-in. Jennings set for the throw. Waiting for his teammates to have some movement inside the box. Good characteristic of Jennings that he's got a really long throw, almost makes it like a corner kick of sorts. Certainly not quite the same amount of danger, but certainly knows how to put the ball inside the box from the sideline. The winner of this contest will advance to play the Long Island Rough Riders. What a nice come-from-behind victory over the Ocean City Nor'easters earlier today. Lionsbridge gets called for their first foul. The fans here at TowneBank Stadium not happy about that one. Kiingi whistled for the offense. 3 goals in the second half from the Rough Riders. Brought them back in front and secured their spot in the second round. Sunday at 7 p.m. Now which side between these two teams as Messer sends in the free kick. Straight to Marc-Antoine Huzen. He sees his first action of the game. He's able to hold on to the ball very effectively and right up in front of him. The man up top, Sam McCann, he's certainly going to be looking to capitalize on any mistakes. A player with a lot of speed. He's already shown it a couple times here tonight. As Messer trying to dribble out of his own territory. Unable to do so. Goes out for a throw. Hopfer trying to spur on the home field advantage here. Plenty of fans in the stands. And Jennings out for another throw. Levengood's over on the opposite side, acting as trash collector should anything fall his way. Headed towards the goal, just over the bar. Another very close attempt. The fans thought that one was in. Lionsbridge, a couple of chances here early on inside the first 10 minutes. Looked like it was Materazzi who nearly had the opener. We'll have to wait just a bit longer as these two teams still trying to battle it out here. McCann in a foot race with Hall. The ball beats both of them towards the end line. That'll bring us to another goal kick. Lionsbridge would like to thank our friends at Chick-fil-A for their loyal support With 7 convenient peninsula locations in Newport News, Hampton, and York County, Lionsbridge FC reminds you to eat more chicken. Huzen sends this one up into the evening sky, knocked out of bounds for the aerial duel. That official will say this one knocked off O'Malley. Throw in for the home side. Kiingi up to Levengood, pops it up with his chest, but he's dispossessed. Good aggression coming from the defenders, but Kiingi as well as he tried to take that ball back for himself. But instead it goes out over the end line. Beaulieu will pick it up. Pass it over to Silvera. The starting goalkeeper for Vermont Green FC will bring the ball over right towards the center. Get the action underway. The Green with a 9-4-1 overall record this season in USL 2 action, netting them 28 points. Those last 3 contests, they've outscored opponents 12-0 with 3 big wins. Kiingi ready for the quick throw, but teammates weren't quite as ready as he was. Inching down the sideline, flicked on by Jennings towards the middle of the field. Good strong kick from the defender O'Malley. Now Hall plays it up. Headed back down. Nice job by Posella to take it out of the air. Trying to settle things down, but Lionsbridge able to take the ball back, picking up the pace, shot from distance, wide of the goal. And Silvera doesn't have to worry about that one. Marriott Newport News, the City Center, is the official hotel of Lionsbridge FC. Book your next stay at the Marriott, conveniently located just minutes away from the stadium and in the heart of Newport News. The goal kick is up, well past the halfway line. Green able to hold the ball now. Trying to play a bit of a possession game. Challenge over on the far sideline. Hopfer gets tied up with Messer. It'll be the second foul for Lionsbridge FC. And a free kick for the visitors. We'll play this one into their defense, get a fresh look at things. As the ball gets swung out towards Beaulieu. Good flick to try and move down the line from O'Malley. Bit of pressure came his way. As another ball comes out onto the field. Knocked off by Levengood. Play resumes. He saves this one from going out of bounds. And they'll send it down through the middle of the field. Beaulieu gets his head on it. That allows Silvera to pick it up. Dishes it right back out to him. Up through the center of the field. McCann heads it on. Nwegbo trying to get there, but Huzen is able to get there first. Swings his foot through it. And a foul here in the center of the field. Davie gets whistled for an offense as he got up and under. Looked like it was Posella there. Was the victim of the challenge. Swung through by Silvera. Kiingi able to touch it out of bounds. Very nearly a quick counter by the Greens. That's certainly something that they've got in their game plan as well as Lionsbridge does. Those long balls, they've got a couple quick players. Nwegbo, one of them, over on the right wing. Adams as well on the opposite side. Levengood couldn't quite get there. As Vermont Green able to hold on to it. Dribbling back towards the center. Guererro makes a stab but misses. Attempt here and very nearly for McCann, trying to lay out for that header. Had a good chance to redirect the ball in front, but instead it falls by the wayside. just a couple inches too far out in front of him. Peninsula Eye Care has been serving the Peninsula since 1990 in a comfortable and friendly environment. Located in Yorktown on Route 17, Peninsula Eye Care is positioned to serve new patients from all over Southeast Virginia. Visit peninsulaeyecare.com to learn more. As Huzen takes the ball up for a goal kick. A little meeting of the minds between a couple teammates for Vermont. Both seem up for the challenge, though. Trying to hold off this Lionsbridge attack. They're able to take the ball away. McCann trying to move speedily down the sideline. He runs out of room, though, as the ball rolls out over the sideline. They're throwing for Lionsbridge. Not a lot of movement going around from the boys in blue, but enough to try and find Hopfer, who gets pulled back. That'll be the first foul of the game committed by Vermont. Touched on by Guererro. Levengood. Guererro gets it back. Top of the box. Takes a shot. Low effort there. Silvera with the easy save. Able to scoop that one up. It's a very important save for Silvera to have and then to be able to hold on to the ball, as sometimes you see goalkeepers sort of haphazardly come down to collect it. It can spill off their hands, get knocked away by their thigh or their knee. They try and put their leg down behind the ball to prevent it from going between their arms. There's Hopfer on the right wing. Sends in a cross, knocked away by Beaulieu. It's a good defensive play for him. Nothing too fancy, just get the ball out of the center. Already the head official coming over towards the Lionsbridge sideline and talking with the fourth official. Perhaps head coach Chris Wally getting a bit too animated over on the side. And stepping outside the technical area. Maybe just a verbal warning for now from the fourth official. As he moves over towards his linesman. Now a bit of motion inside the box as we get set for another Coleman Jennings throw-in. Morrison backs off towards the center of the box. Adams moves up to meet Guererro. 15 minutes nearly gone by here at TowneBank Stadium. Lionsbridge, a couple of very close efforts, just barely going over the bar. Nothing has found the back of the goal just yet. Throw inside the box. Finds its way through a number of bodies. The scramble inside the 18. Levengood touches it down to Davie. Left-footed shot. Getting caught up in the netting. Another good effort there by Lionsbridge. Consistent pressure coming forward from the boys in blue. It's Vermont Green FC, located in Burlington, Vermont. One of the big club missions that they have is to be centered on becoming a net zero soccer club. For the uninitiated, that is being a carbon neutral team and a carbon neutral organization. One of the USL2's youngest teams, less than a year old. The team was announced on October 12th, 2021. And what an inaugural season they're having, making it all the way into the playoffs. Now a chance to take down the #1 team in the country, Lionsbridge FC. Undefeated this season, 12-0-2. They've outscored opponents in their last 3 games by a score of 19-1. So certainly know how to turn the Jets on offense as Jennings is able to field this pass inside the box. Tries to play it in towards the center. It is disrupted by the defense. All from distance. This one goes out and over. Again, no trouble there for Silvera. 92.3 The Tide Radio presents 92 Days of Summer. The Tide will be giving away a big prize every week for 13 weeks at TideRadio.com. So make sure to enter each week for your chance to win big. Goal kick knocked around by a couple players' heads. Falls to Lionsbridge for the throw. Davie will hand it off to Kiingi. He turns around and tries to open himself up for a pass. Guererro. Lionsbridge switching it back. Levengood trying to box out the defender. Using the touchline for an extra teammate. The defense tried to push him towards no man's land over on the side, but instead give up a foul. In a dangerous position here. Lionsbridge, a team that loves to score on those set pieces, whether it's a corner kick or a free kick. They certainly have the players to make an impact, and we might see that here. Andrew Bennett, a 20-year-old out of Roxburgh, England. Right-footed cross in towards the center, headed away easily by the defense. Guererro, one time, just wide. What an effort that was from Guererro. Had that been on target, would have been a rather spectacular goal. All that effort means, though, that it's just out for another goal kick. Diba Nuegbo, number 7 for Vermont Green, leads the team in goals with 9 goals. He certainly had a beautiful strike a couple weeks ago. He looks to have more of some magic here, but Lionsbridge, Davie in the center. Great stop by Beaulieu, putting his body on the line. Sliding effort to disrupt that shot from Davie. Looks like that one might have had Silvera beat. With Beaulieu coming in to save the day. Good stop by him. Has certainly said his name multiple times here tonight already. Less than 20 minutes of action as another corner kick comes up. Right-footed delivery from Bennett. Swinging away from the goal. Materazzi puts this one just off frame. And it'll be another goal kick. The pressure unrelenting here so far from Lionsbridge. They've had at least 5 efforts come within inches of the woodwork. Nuegbo over on the right wing. A lot of speed, but the ball really just hasn't come his way very much just yet. Another player to look for is Nathan Messer, wearing number 11 for Vermont Green. Leads the side with 7 assists as McCann forces the mistake out of Kiingi. Quick throw taken. Headed away. O'Malley trying to settle it down. Now looking to go forward. Vermont Green. Nuegbo. The ball back across the center. Huzen can't quite chase it down, and it looks like it'll go out for a throw-in. Just barely being avoided from a goal kick. You saw how quickly there Vermont Green could change the complexion of a possession. It seemed like they were stuck over on the near sideline. Nuegbo with a great touch sends it across the center, curling away from the goalkeeper, so that if Huzen comes off his line, which he did, he isn't able to get to the ball. That certainly can cause a lot of chaos inside the 18. Short throw. Cloherty knocks it back. Hopfer goes down. There's another foul called against Vermont Green. This time it's Messer. As Hopfer's been pulled down a couple times already tonight. Levengood. Sideline, good touch to Kiingi. Splits it right between the defender's legs, but Nuegbo has the answer. He's able to knock it out for a throw-in. Another throw-in coming in for Lionsbridge in just a moment. Is Vermont able to answer back every time that Lionsbridge has looked to go towards the goal. But how long will it be before they break? Opposite side, Davie back in towards the center. Hopfer off foot. Can't quite get it towards the goal mouth. And going down from behind after a challenge from Materazzi. Looks like it was Pasella. It'll be a free kick for Vermont Green FC. And the 5th foul for Lionsbridge. WI Daily invites you to sign up today to get their morning newsletter with all the latest local news and fun events. Visit widaily.com now and enter your email. It's as easy as that to stay in the loop. Silvera plays it up down the line. Adams can't keep it. Instead, it goes out of bounds. Throw in for Elliott. Elliott with a short throw to Hopfer. Takes collision from behind, spills the ball over. McCann dribbling through a number of Lionsbridge players. Forced to go backwards, though. But they're able to hold on to the ball. Out along the wing. Touching it down, but too far out in front. Huzen picks it up. Good awareness by Huzen to recognize the play was breaking down over on the far side. Quickly coming off his line to grab it. And there McCann coming up to challenge him once more. 2-on-1 in the aerial battle. It'll fall to Silvera inside his own box. Waits for Jennings to come a couple steps closer before picking it up. Now he'll look to redistribute the ball and go right up through the center. Pasella with the turn. Now it's back across through the center to Beaulieu. Pasella. Pressure coming, though. Nwegbo along the sideline with O'Malley. Nwegbo goes down, and O'Malley does as well. Kiingi and Levengood. A pair of tandem sliding tackles getting whistled for the offense there. A good call by the official. Perhaps trying to go quickly here is O'Malley. Instead thinks twice and then thrice about it. This time finally plays it to Nwegbo towards the corner, but his pass is off the mark. Crisis averted for now for Lionsbridge. Now they're tasked with coming out of their own territory. Levengood fans on the clearance. Nwegbo back across the center. Flicked on by Elliott. Hopfer trying to settle it down for himself. The double team takes it away. Messer over on the sideline. Nice give and go on the edge of the box. Had some help from Adams. Now here's Morrison. Morrison. Back to Adams across through the center. Goes out on the other side. Nwegbo can't keep it alive. It'll be a throw-in for Lionsbridge. Again, Kiingi here with Levengood. Levengood has to have a better strike on this ball if it comes towards him. Last time it slipped right past his foot. Jennings battling with Nwegbo. Stays in bounds somehow after rolling between the two players' necks. Looks like it'll go out for a goal kick now, and a much easier clearance coming up for Lionsbridge. And do you like saving money and supporting local businesses? 30 Off Local is just the spot, offering gift certificates to local businesses at a 30% discount. They've got restaurants, photographers, lawn and home services, beauty services, and so much more. Visit peninsula.30offlocal.com for more. McCann with a bit of an ambitious effort there to go to the ground after taking some contact. Referee letting him know that he can spot when it's a foul. And there certainly was a foul there for Lionsbridge. And it's a free kick just inside the center circle for Vermont Green. 27 minutes gone by, still looking for the opening goal of this contest as the shadows grow longer across the field. Headed out of bounds for a corner kick, and that'll be the Greens' first attempt on the set piece from the corner. Hopfer quickly trying to snag a drink of water before this ball comes in. Looks like it's Messer with the delivery. He's set up. The left-footed ball in. Plays it low towards the top of the box. Adams takes some space, takes a shot. Guererro deflects it off target, puts his body on the line, and they'll do it again. A good play from Vermont Green, nearly catching Lionsbridge off guard, but Guererro quick to step off the post and shut down the attack. Second chance here. Adams again all by himself, but they'll play it towards the middle. Luegbo can't convert as it goes by him. Hopfer challenging Adams. Plays very physically, defensively, did Hopfer. Able to get the job done there as it goes out for a goal kick. Lionsbridge FC would also like to thank these 2022 season sponsors: Chick-fil-A, Total Home Improvements, Express Employment Professionals, Parkway Print Shop, Emily Kikorian, Remax Realtor, Ghost Energy Drinks, and Quality Productions. As Huzen gets a good solid strike through this ball, a lot of spin on it, allowing to stay up in the air. Goes out for a Lionsbridge throw. In the 29th minute. The throw. The far side of the field. Elliott plays it in. Davie, 2-on-1, chips it back in towards the center. An easy grab there for Silvera. He lays claim to the ball. Lionsbridge seem to have let off the gas just a little bit here offensively. And as soon as I say that, they're able to win the ball back. Taking it out towards the sideline, though, is Messer. And now here's Hopfer. Has help from Davie, but it's Hopfer himself. And a great stop by Messer. Sends that one far away outside the field of play. It will be another corner kick. Lionsbridge loves these set pieces from the corner as Bennett makes his way over to take it. Hopfer, the short option available once more. Messer is there to meet him, should they do such. As Hopfer moves away, it looks like this one's going towards the box. Sam Hall possibly the recipient, or Elliott maybe. Elliott gets his head on it, but much too high, goes out of bounds. And a hydration break here. At the end of 30 minutes, Lionsbridge and Vermont Green FC tied up at 0. Still everything to play for, and especially a spot in the next round of the USL2 playoffs. So we're going to take a quick break here and be right back with the rest of the first half action. And a quick hydration break for all involved as Temperature quite warm, especially humid as well here in Newport News, Virginia. Temperature reads 91, but feels like triple digits out here, even without the sun directly beating down on the players. Still quite humid here at TowneBank Stadium. Everything to play for, knotted up at 0. Although not for lack of trying, Lionsbridge, quite a number of efforts so far. A couple going just inches away from the woodwork, and Vermont Green having a couple attempts of their own. And think back recently to the corner kick that they had, where Messer was able to find Adams towards the top of the box with a short pass on the ground. Then found his way in, but was blocked by Guererro. Resulted in another corner, but Lionsbridge was easily able to deal with that one. Both sides really offensive-minded teams. They love to get forward on the attack. Now here's Adams again. Across, in towards the middle. Huzen claims that one over his defender and lets this one fly. Settled down by Pasella. Davie couldn't take it away from him as it goes down out of bounds along the sideline. Elliott will get set for a throw. A couple Lionsbridge substitutes moving around earlier. They seem to have settled down, taken their seats once more. Jennings on the sideline breaks free from the pack. The ball across the center, but it's stopped in its path by Beaulieu, and now it's up with Nuegbo. Counterattack coming. Morrison over towards the left side, who then takes space centrally. Morrison again. Defended by Guererro. He's not biting just yet. Instead, just trying to keep his position across the center. Everyone there, fans on the ball. McCann and Nuegbo in prime opportunity to put away the opening goal, but it slips just by them. Both sides now with great chances so far to go up by 1. And so far, those attempts have fallen by the wayside and results in just a throw for Lionsbridge. As Levengood plays it back to Kiingi. Up and in the defense. Headed back around. Both sides trying to battle for possession. Guererro with a nice effort to pass it out towards Levengood. Evades the tackle of O'Malley. Keeps possession as well. Bennett towards Hopfer, who's all alone on the far wing. Turning towards the center, trying to find some space. He's tripped up. No foul on the play. Good call by the official. Bennett breaks free. Now another opportunity here, trying to center the ball. And a great job by Silveira, coming off his line outside of his 6-yard box to claim it. Nuegbo dropping it back. Now it's up and over the forwards for Vermont. The Lionsbridge defense clear their lines. Back towards the center of the field. Bennett gets an errant foot on the ball. Hopfer heads it on to Guererro. Good passing as Guerrero nearly losing his footing. Tries to stay up. Love to see that determination from players. But in the end, it's a foul called by the official. Lionsbridge in their 5th season here compared to the first season of Vermont Green, but both sides have made very strong impressions in their first season. And certainly if this certainly holds up for Vermont Green, they'll certainly be a formidable foe for any side in the USL2 in seasons to come. And already they are, as they're taking it toe-to-toe with the top team in the country, as here's McCann on the counterattack. Drops it back to Nuegbo, but that one escapes him. Now Lionsbridge with a chance to counter. Bennett finds Hopfer. Hopfer had to backtrack a little bit, but he's able to lay off a pass. Trying to find Jennings. That one overshoots him. And Levengood can't save it from going out over the sideline. Quick throw. And it's passed up the field. McCann goes down after tripping over Guererro. Now possession with Morrison. Moving towards the center, has some space towards the side. Pass across the middle, and the game-opening goal, Charlie Adams able to put the visitors up by 1. 38th minute, Vermont Green takes it to the top team in the country. And Lionsbridge finds themselves trailing. I mentioned it before how Lionsbridge, that initial storm, so to speak, early on, the visitors are able to weather that initial storm. They certainly have a good chance of being able to find a goal here in the middle minutes of the contest. They're exactly able to do that, as well as capitalizing on Lionsbridge's inability on that last possession to clear the ball away. Just allowing the forwards too much time to hang on to the ball. This one is played up till Silvera. He comes down with it. Get closer and closer to halftime. Green up by 1, and a very big goal for them. They certainly can now set the tone going into the halftime dressing room. This ball goes up and out of play, but you saw today's earlier contest. Lead at halftime certainly doesn't guarantee you anything, as the Rough Riders found themselves in a rough position down by 1 at halftime, then quickly came back in the second half. 3 unanswered goals to secure their spot in Sunday's contest. They're taking off an undefeated team, the Ocean City Nor'easters. Now the undefeated streak of Lionsbridge is threatened as well. Vermont pressing forward now. They're keen to take a bit more time and be a bit more cautious, knowing that they don't need a goal. Throw in for Lionsbridge. They've already got that goal. They just have to make sure that now they're playing solid defensively. They don't allow too many opportunities for Lionsbridge. Jennings looking for a quick throw. Making his way slowly down the sideline. He'll hand it off. For Elliott, creeps a bit too far forward for the officials' liking. He's brought back. And the ball back in the field of play, switching the field. Kiingi lets it go out. Little error by him. 5 minutes left here in the first half. Riverside Health System is the official sports medicine and athletic training provider for Lionsbridge FC. The club would like to thank our great partners at Riverside for keeping us in the game. Hall plays it back to Huzen. Huzen surveys the field, plays it back to Hall on his back foot. He's able to have a good touch, though, and put it out in front of him. Defense knocks it over to Levengood. Towards Bennett in the middle. Guererro takes it up in stride. Out towards Hall on the far sideline. Excuse me, that's Elliott. Now with Hopfer. In towards the middle. Settled down by Jennings. Bennett again. Out towards the wing. Lionsbridge loves to play on the wing. And certainly they've made good use of it so far here in the first half. Changing up their attack style a couple times. But now going through the middle, a more direct approach, but shot well off target, goes out of bounds. You can score big savings at your local Food Lion. From everyday favorites and mealtime must-haves to grilling essentials and more, you can count on Food Lion to have the fresh food your family loves at affordable prices every day. Food Lion, a proud sponsor of Lionsbridge Football Club. One played up, a battle for possession. Noegbo able to pass it down, looking for McCann. Gets tied up with a Lionsbridge player. And Vermont still pressing forward. They drop this one back over towards right in front of the Lionsbridge bench. They're bypassing Pasella is Messer from distance off target. Another goal kick coming up. Huzen set for the goal kick. Going into this halftime break, Lionsbridge players certainly looking back not too fondly on their previous attempts. They've gotten pretty close, but just haven't been able to hit the woodwork or touch the goalkeeper enough. Bennett, a nice turn into the defender. Ball stays up in the dangerous area. Pasella clears it away. Elliott out towards Hopfer on the wing inside the 18 now. Sliding challenge going down. The linesman waving his flag. Penalty awarded to Lionsbridge. What a big moment in the match this could be, as Lionsbridge earned a good opportunity to bring this game back to level footing. Hopfer, as well as the defender, still down. It looks like it's Messer. Now the trainer being waved on. See a touch from Hopfer to get the ball out in front of him. Messer sticking his leg out for the sliding challenge. It was a good attempt from him, just a second too early. As Hopfer was able to put his ball between him and Messer. It looked like he tagged Hopfer, and then Hopfer, in an effort to try and stay up on his feet and catch himself, stepped down on Messer. The players will make their way over towards their sidelines, get a bit of water here before the halftime break. Good to see Hopfer up and walking around. Now Messer sitting up, good sight as well as he gets back onto his own feet under his own power. Certainly happy to see that he's all right. A very strong player and a very key contributor to this Vermont Green FC squad. And if you're a Lionsbridge fan, of course you want to win. You want to beat this team at their best, and it's a very strong team, both teams here. Qualifying here for the USL2 playoffs, and now a penalty kick. Nathan Silvera in between the sticks. To try and keep his side in front. The unenviable task of being a goalkeeper. Looks like it's Hall. Sam Hall to take the kick, it looks like. Left-footed effort from him. Trying to shut out the noise. Heartbeat certainly pounding in his ears. Takes a shot, buries it in the right corner. We've got a game. 1-1, Lionsbridge able to score from the penalty kick. The fans here at TowneBank Stadium erupt as their side draws level. The cowbells and smoke, as well as flags being waved. They've brought their side back into this contest after the 38th minute goal from Adams. Now Lionsbridge quick on the whistle, trying to jump down the throats of Vermont Green. Force a turnover here and keep this momentum for themselves. All the player at Chowan. Head coach Chris Wally of Lionsbridge FC also coaches there. Guererro gets whistled for a foul. That was a nice job by Vermont over on the far sideline to pick up that foul. Waiting for the challenge to come in. And as soon as he saw that Guerrero was going to commit, touched the ball just a bit further out in front. To try and catch him off balance. 8 fouls here from Lionsbridge as the delivery is sent towards the middle of the box. Nwegbo plays this one just to the right of the post. Very nearly able to put himself back in front by 1, but just a bit off target. Only Bowditch Ford can give you a Bowditch deal. The lowest price possible, the absolute best service, and their commitment to your safety. Nobody beats a Bowditch deal. As Huzen will get set to play this goal kick. Likely one of the final kicks of this first half. Possibly the final possession here. As Bennett gets fouled by Morrison. 5 fouls for Vermont Green FC. 8 for Lionsbridge. And it's a free kick for Bennett. Here at the tail end of stoppage time, 3 minutes of stoppage time was given. And Bennett just trying to make sure he has the right position for the ball. Given the go-ahead from the head official as well as the linesman. Signals to his team, plays the ball up inside the 18. Good jump and a good save by Silvera as he was able to hold on to that ball. Time still winding away. Thinks twice about rolling it over to O'Malley, but then decides that's the right move. O'Malley down the line for McCann. Huzen off his line, able to grab onto it. He'll make a big wheel back towards the center of the field before deciding where he wants to put this ball. He'll wave his team forward here as time winding down in the first half. And an exciting game for a spot in the second round of the USL2 playoffs. And a chance to play the Long Island Rough Riders on Sunday at 7 p.m. We get the halftime whistle here. Lionsbridge able to convert on the penalty kick in the 45th minute as an answer to Charles Adams' goal in the 38th. Vermont Green, a very strong showing from them, certainly taking it to the top team in the country. We're going to take a brief break here at halftime and be right back with the rest of the game.
Great vision and healthy eyes are the goal at Peninsula Eye Care. Optometrists diagnose and treat many disorders of the eye and visual system and are a great addition to your healthcare team. We prescribe glasses, contact lenses, and medications to serve you. I'm Dr. David Buck, and if you're looking for a team that will care about you and is ready to listen, come see us at Peninsula Eye Care.
What's up, guys? I'm Coleman Jennings. I'm the center forward for Lionsbridge FC. We just got done with training. I'm about to head to Food Line to pick up my to-go delivery order. All I have to do is download the app. After practice, I go pick up a water, some protein powder, and a snack, and it just saves me a ton of time. It's a very efficient process. Gives me the rest of my day to do whatever I want to do.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Right here for to-go order?
Yes.
What's the name?
Coleman?
Awesome. Did you want it in the back?
Yes, please.
Prior to exercising outside in the heat, there's a couple things to always think about. First, always making sure that you properly hydrate with water. And this can be up to a couple days even prior to exercising. If you start feeling run down, not feeling right, make sure you take a break. If we do start getting to the point where your symptoms are getting worse and you're not feeling right, it will be very important to seek medical attention. Again, getting the body temperature down and getting your hydration back up and resting appropriately.
As soon as you arrive, you'll see it in the people you meet and the way we follow through. At Bowditch Ford, your dealership experience will be one of total satisfaction. Our professional sales associates make buying easy, fast, and fun. And when it comes to service, experience better. From maintenance to repair to parts, collision, even our quick lane, we do it better. Your time is valuable and your dollar's hard-earned. We'll take care of you. Bowditch Ford, a tradition of doing the right thing.
Hey Lionsbridge fans, Bruce Farrell here from Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group, Hampton Roads trusted mortgage lender and proud sponsor of Lionsbridge FC. We know every homebuyer is different, so we're dedicated to putting you first every step of the way. Contact me today. I'm ready to make the assist on all your home buying goals. Let's go Bridge!
You're always there with just what they need.
Here you go, sweetie. Got you some dinner?
Making tough times easier.
I appreciate it.
And the good times, great.
Here, take yourself up.
To make them feel safe, special, and most of all, loved. You're always there for them. And we're always here for you. Food Lion, here for every moment.
I started my career by going to the United States Merchant Marine Academy. My favorite part of working at a shipyard is the dynamic jobs we do every day. There's always new challenges, new problems that come up.
I went through the apprenticeship with Kalanis, coming in not knowing much, but as you grow and go through the program, like I said, you start to learn. My favorite part of my career is just knowing the work that we do helps support this country, also helps protect this country as far as the vessels that we work on.
Welcome back to TowneBank Stadium here in the first round of the USL2 playoffs. We have Vermont Green FC as they're taking on Lionsbridge FC for a spot in the second round Sunday at 7 p.m. A very close contest so far with two very big and passionate fan bases. Charles Adams got the first goal of the game in the 38th minute, but then just over a handful of minutes later, in stoppage time, there was a penalty. Foul inside the box. And Sam Hall able to convert there for Lionsbridge, tying things up 1 goal apiece. This one played out towards the right wing. Good interception by Adams. Pasella up through the center. Morrison back out to Adams. Able to take it in stride, moving down towards the corner. Being slowed down by Materazzi. He lays it off to Messer. Messer, the player who gave up the penalty and committed the foul at the end of the first half. As he went in for the challenge, he caught Maxi Hopfer on his leg, and then Hopfer inadvertently stepped down on him. As a counter here for Lionsbridge. Jennings streaking inside the box. Goalkeeper off his line. Silvera able to take that one right off his feet. And a good awareness from him. Able to make that stop. There's a high five from Garrett Leal, the center back for the Green. Able to hold off on a very dangerous attempt. Hopfer challenging Messer. Messer gets it off his foot to Pasella. Now up for Nuegbo. Kiingi heads it out towards the sideline. Levengood trying to box this one away. Visitors take it down the line. Lionsbridge looking to defend. Not too many cream-colored jerseys moving up on the attack. But they'll have a better chance here now with the throw-in. The fourth official having a conversation with the head referee who made his way over. The yellow card is given now to Jack Clardy. And that probably just for the last attack that Lionsbridge had. And there was an incident off the ball. Lionsbridge player got tripped up trying to join the attack down the wing. Defender crossed in behind them. Had their legs tangled up. Good throw in. It's knocked out of play by Lionsbridge. The possession still at the hands of O'Malley and Vermont Green. Throw in towards the center. Kiingi able to knock it away. And a foul looked like it was a handball over on the far side of the field. So good positioning here for Vermont, trying to go back ahead by 1. Nice solid opportunity with a free kick. O'Malley and Messer standing over things. Messer leads the team with 7 assists coming into tonight's contest. Looking to make it 8 here as Huzen manages the wall. Looks like it's Guererro and Levengood. This one is played in with the right foot. Low shot coming from Adams. It's cleared away by Lionsbridge. Can't make it past the halfway line as Hopfer tries to meet it. Able to do so with the defender on his back. Touches it back to Elliott. He plays it up and out of bounds. The linesman on the near side of the field said that there was enough spin on the ball so that when Elliott played it up, it curved out of bounds and then came back in. The fans having a difficult angle at that one to try and see from the referee's perspective. A quick throw coming in. Knocked up the field. Davie trying to move quickly and get to this one before Silvera, but Silvera with the positioning advantage. It's quickly wheeled out towards the opposite side of the field. Foul committed right in front of the Lionsbridge bench. It's been an interesting 11, or rather starting 11 for Lionsbridge. A bit of a hybrid between some starters and some substitutes. Typically, you see a player like Danny Lokko out in the 11 as the referee motions for another free kick after McCann was brought down. Looked like there was a little bit of contact between McCann and the defender, and McCann tried to take any advantage that he could. But he's happy with it. He got the call from the official. As it looked like Hall put out an arm behind him trying to feel where the attacker was. Hard shot off target. Bit of an unfortunate miss there for O'Malley. It's really, you have to make a better use of that opportunity, especially when you're given a foul like that at such close range. And like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Jimmy Fay is there. Whether it's home, life, or auto insurance, Jimmy Fay has you covered. Visit jimmyfay.com for more. This one played up into the defense of the visitors. Hopfer settling it down for Bennett. Short pass to Guererro. Able to slide through a couple of defenders, but the ball squeaks free. McCann trying to recover, unable to do so. Skips off the foot of Hopfer, back out towards the sideline, where Adams comes over. Try and win possession back for his side, but instead it's just played down the wing, giving Vermont a chance to rest, recover, and recuperate themselves defensively to prepare for the next Lionsbridge attack. Hard pressure coming. It's going to be difficult for Lionsbridge to make their way down the field. Vermont has done a really nice job so far tonight, being able to withstand this constant Lionsbridge pressure coming forward. As here Nuegbo thinks he's found an opening, and it's just played out of bounds by Materazzi. Lionsbridge is, as well as Vermont Green, two teams that love to score. Their last 6 games combined, gone 31-1, outscoring their opponents. And here seems like it's been a bit more of a low-scoring affair, as both teams and their defenses have been up to the task of answering the other team's offense. There's still plenty of time left for both sides to really establish their dominance on this game. Good turn from Messer. Trying to find some space. He's able to create some for himself in towards the middle, and Huzen grabs onto it. Bennett carrying it up through the center. Out towards the wing. That one pinned off the official. The ball is brought back for Cloherty. Able to stick his foot out, disrupt the pass. I was going out towards the far wing. Now Pasella with a bit of control. He's able to get it back from a teammate, and now Vermont going forward with a bit of space is Morrison. It's dropped back to Messer. Left wing, Adams. The goal scorer from earlier finds his way inside the 18 and is just poked out of bounds for a corner kick. Lionsbridge will try their chances from the set piece. Smart play from Elliott not to give up the cross and instead give his team a chance to get set defensively. And Hopfer moving quickly, evades the sliding challenge. Davie on the receiving end of the pass, 3-on-3. Defenders closing quickly though. Davie running out of steam, sends it across, but it's deflected by the defender. Ball going out for a corner kick, this time at the opposite end of the field. Lionsbridge looking to do some damage here. Andrew Bennett making his way over. throughout this season, we've seen Lionsbridge really be able to score some goals here from the corner kicks, but have yet to do so tonight. Bennett urging his team forward. This one right towards the middle of the box. Defense is able to clear it away. It falls to Guererro, who plays it out towards the far sideline for Levengood. The defense gets their heads on it first. Back in towards the center, and a foul committed by Lionsbridge inside the 18 will end their attack there. A nice job there by the Greens, able to withstand that last test by Lionsbridge. Now here in the 56th minute, might possibly be seeing some substitutes warming up over on the sidelines as the game changers hopefully living up to the hype and trying to impact the result as Jennings settling it down on the edge of the box. 3-on-1, and defense is able to take it away. Good defending not to give him any breathing room and take the ball away. Down the sideline, the ball still in bounds before Kiingi taps it out. And it looks like this will be brought back for a free kick. That'll be the 5th foul against Lionsbridge here in the second half. Over on the opposite side of the field, wide open by himself is Messer. As he makes his way in towards the clump of players in the middle. It's played up to Huzen, he punches it away. Now here comes Elliott. The sliding challenge knocks the ball away. That's Cloherty with the tackle. It was a good challenge to disrupt the play from Elliott. Lionsbridge trying to move quickly, though. Hopfer was dispossessed. Now Messer able to knock it out of bounds and win a throw-in for his team. Now a couple of substitutes here for Lionsbridge. Danny Lokko coming onto the field, certainly a fan favorite. As he takes the place of Adam Davie. And Charlie Elliott off to the sideline as well, as the volume certainly picks up here at TowneBank Stadium when Lokko steps out onto the pitch. Bijou as well making his way out there. Bijou the defender and Lokko the forward. Bit of fresh legs on both sides of the ball. There's Messer and Hopfer nearly with a collision there. Lionsbridge trying to begin a counterattack. Levengood is dispossessed cleanly. Noegbo takes it away. Morrison trying to go through the center of the field. Noegbo still has this one on his foot. Kiingi takes it away. And now Lokko, a chance to make an impact on the game, cutting towards the center. He's pushed down from behind. And that's going to be a foul and a free kick. Referee reaching into his pocket, and that's a yellow card for Cloherty. And that's his second yellow card. He's sent off the field, and Vermont Green goes down a player. Getting a bit too eager there was Cloherty on the defense. A bit of a hard challenge. Certainly not a straight red, but it was a hefty challenge into the back of Lokko. And so unfortunate there for the visitors. Lokko had his path in towards the center of the field. Still players making their cases towards the official. Cloherty's been giving his marching orders. And that's just one of the dangers of keeping in a player with a yellow card. A foul like that could be a big deciding factor in a game when it brings your side down to 10 men. Free kick played up into the box, punched away. Adams trying to clear it along with McCann. Kiingi trying to find Lokko up top. The Lionsbridge able to settle things down. They send in a ball once more, trying to find Hopfer over on the opposite side, but too much power behind it. Now the head coach for Vermont Green making his case to the official. The head referee makes his way over. Ensure a pleasant conversation between the two men over on the opposite side of the field. Now a yellow card being given to the head coach for Vermont. And Silvera plays this one up. Vermont players have to just push the red card, or rather the second yellow, out of their minds. What's happened is already in the past, and now they have to look forward to getting that next goal. Certainly a squad that has the offensive ability to do it. It certainly will be a difficult task, but they have the opportunity here. Possession, it's Morrison. Out on the wing to McCann. Moving the ball back towards the defense. Messer. Going to make some magic happen here. The first round of the playoffs, a shot at Sunday's game at 7 p.m. against the Long Island Rough Riders. On the line here. Game tied up 1 goal apiece. Lionsbridge converted on a penalty kick, and the ball played through the center. Opportunity here, McCann. And it's over to number 15, Sam McCann. And he's able to put this one past Huzen in the 63rd minute. I said it at the start of the broadcast, a big key to the game for Vermont is they can capitalize on the Lionsbridge mistakes. And exactly right there, Lionsbridge unable to clear the ball away. Defensively having a big lapse. Despite having the numbers advantage. And McCann able to pull their side back in front. Materazzi is trying to stretch to clear up that pass. It's too far out in front of him. And he sets it up perfectly, McCann, who passes it home. And a foul by Lokko over on the other side of the field. Be a free kick to Vermont. 64th minute now. This is when things get interesting. The Green up by 1, but down a player. Certainly will likely change their tactics as a couple of players make their way over to the bench for a bit of hydration. It's played up by Silvera. Guererro down the sideline. Hall. Now Guererro with a bit of room. Throws the ball away out across the sideline. Certainly not the right play there. Had Hopfer down on the opposite sideline. Heels almost on the touchline. But Guererro couldn't find him. The ball booted down towards Huzen. Plays it short to Materazzi. Looks up the field. Can't find Jennings. Diving effort by Leal as he disrupts the pass. A counterattack in the process here. Morrison, short pass to Adams. Morrison in the 2-on-1. Gets past Bennett. Has Bijou to deal with now. Just poked out of bounds and a throw in deep inside Lionsbridge territory for Vermont. Good field position as they slowly make their way up the field, and some more substitutes getting ready over on the sideline. Messer, set for the delivery. Sends this one up in towards the center of the box. It's headed around. Guererro able to poke it free. Knocked back down by O'Malley. Trying to find Nuegbo over on the far side, but the ball too far out in front of them, and it's out for a throw-in. Flicked on. That one getting stuck under the foot of Pasella. He's back up on his feet, able to hold on to possession. And that's a big win there for Vermont. Over the top by Materazzi. Lokko is beaten to the ball by Silvera outside of his box. Good quickness by Silvera. As Bijou plays it over to Hopfer. Hopfer can't keep it in play. Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group is the official mortgage partner of Lionsbridge FC. When it's your first home or your next home, Atlantic Bay is your mortgage consultant for life. It's a good throw in down the line, trying to gain some field position. Morrison plays it up in towards the center. McCann can't come down with it, but it's given away by Bennett. Morrison to Pasella. Soft ball up and over the top. Trying to get through the defense. Able to do so, but no one on his side able to capitalize on his ball. Hold out along the left side of the formation. Lokko trying to chest it down. Gets challenged from behind, no call from the official. Lokko getting stuck in with Morrison. Able to poke the ball free. Hopfer inside the box, across the center. Out of bounds for a throw-in. Very nearly there for Lionsbridge. Another attempt from the corner, but the way things have gone for them so far from these set-piece plays, might as well be a bit happier with a throw-in. So all their attempts have amounted to nothing on the scoreboard, and nothing really testing Silvera either. So it'll be Coleman, Jennings with the throw. Will be sent in deep from the corner. A bit of spin on the ball as it is headed away. Guererro with the recovery. Able to get past Beaulieu towards the center, and a good grab by Silvera. He hangs on to it. That's important for him as well as the rest of Vermont, not to allow Lionsbridge another opportunity as they look to switch the field, send the ball back down to the opposite end. To keep Lionsbridge away from grabbing the game-tying goal. Kiingi gets called for the foul as Nuegbo goes down. That'll certainly help them make up some field position. Vermont play this one back. O'Malley to Messer, who's bodied off the ball. Jennings cutting in towards the middle, and a great stab by Beaulieu. He's able to dispossess Jennings and thwart the counterattack at the same time. Now the ball's headed back down the other direction. Huzen out to grab it here in the 70th minute. He'll roll it out to Materazzi, and Lionsbridge need a little bit of a spark, a little bit of energy here as Lokko chests it down inside the 18, but it gets too far out in front of him. And again, Nathan Silvera is there as he's been the arch nemesis for Lionsbridge so far tonight. Anytime they come inside the 18, he's there ready and waiting with an answer. Urged on by the official to play the ball, Bijou takes a stab at things. Wins the ball back for his side. Played up. Beaulieu and Jennings collide. Looks like it'll go out for a throw-in. Over on the far side of the field. Jennings gets set. The official motions for him to send the ball in. Up and over the head of Lokko. Headed away. Nwegbo can't get there, and McCann clears it out towards the halfway line. And here, if you're head coach Chris Wall, you might be thinking about adding another substitution to the game, perhaps trying to get Joe Core out onto the field, see if a fresh pair of legs can create something. As another corner is won for Lionsbridge. They look to move quickly. But Bennett will make his way over, and Lokko heads into the box. The fans trying to urge their side forward here, as Lionsbridge needs a goal to stay in the game. This one headed out over the end line by Beaulieu. And Lionsbridge will get set to do it again from the other side of the corner. Placed down by Levengood. And Bennett marks out his paces. Gets set for the delivery. Plays this one in. A lofted ball squeaks through everyone and out towards the other side. Levengood can't save it in time, and it goes out for a throw. Another throw-in coming up for Vermont. An errant clearance from Lionsbridge gives the ball back over. Nwegbo on the far side of the field. Kiingi has to deal with him. He's able to turn it away towards the end line and now towards the sideline. Still in play. Lionsbridge able to recover there. Lokko, the recipient of a hard challenge by Beaulieu. Both players seem no worse for wear. Now the referee talking to the players about what the call is going to be. Looks like he's going to drop the ball for Vermont. I believe they'll call it a foul against Lokko. The free kick is up and inside the 18 of Lionsbridge. Bijou battling with Adams, but the ball never a threat to either of them. Now the whistle for the hydration break here in the 75th minute, so we're going to take a brief pause and be right back with the rest of the first round action here at TowneBank Stadium. Vermont Green Football Club up by 1 over the host Lionsbridge FC by a score of 2-1. With the players back out onto the field, we're all set here to resume play. Huzen has the ball, and he'll get set for a goal kick. He'll play this one short to Materazzi. And Lionsbridge looks to build up an attack from inside their own half. Played up to Jennings, but he can't win the aerial challenge. And instead, it's booted by Morrison back over his head. And now Nwegbo touches it to himself. Materazzi being challenged defensively, but it'll slide right by him. Straight to Huzen. Huzen sets it down. Looks to start a counterattack. Not enough power behind the kick. And too much air underneath it as well. Messer made the interception, but Lionsbridge now back on the attack. Pass out towards the wing for Lokko. Touched out of bounds. Lionsbridge making progress down the line. Hopfer with the dirty jersey. Hands it off to Jennings. Jennings gets set for the throw, delivers it inside the 18. An overhead attempt from Bijou is denied. Kiingi from distance, a bouncing ball, handled easily enough by Silvera. That's exactly what Lionsbridge need to do here in the later stages of this game. They need to start testing Silvera with better shots and make sure that his rebound control is on top of its game. As Hall goes up and over the forward, he'll get a yellow card, rightly so. So a free kick for Vermont Green FC inside Lionsbridge territory. Doesn't really look like they're going to be trying to send this one towards the goal anytime soon. Instead, they'll just play the possession game, slowly work it up the field. Don't have much room to go. But here's Pasella on the sideline. Nwegbo in the middle now, inside the 18. He's upended, but the ball was poked free. Hopfer on the sideline. Defense is able to clear it away. That's Garrett Leal with the defensive effort. And a substitution here from the far side of the field. Joe Core coming out onto the field. And he's going to take the place of Miguel Guererro. James Bradley as well coming out onto the field. Bradley taking the place of Kiingi. So some fresh legs for a Lionsbridge side that has looked a bit tired here in the second half, perhaps coming out a bit too strong. Beginning to pay for it now, but still trying to press forward with the man advantage. Clearance by Morrison. Nwegbo gets it, but the ball's turned over. Huzen into the night sky. Messer with the interception. Sliding effort by Morrison, but Bennett is there to pick up the pieces. Now Huzen with a long ball up through the middle of the field, goes out of bounds. Not too much pressure there. Noah Elmore out onto the field in place of O'Malley for the green. Interception. Here's Bennett on the right side. Hopfer looking for a delivery. Cuts back with his left foot. Off the shoulder of the defender. No call from the official. Looked like the defender's arms were tucked along his body and behind him. At first glance, but Hopper with a second delivery. Silvera with a good grab. Vermont very fortunate to walk away from that situation unscathed, as of course everyone knows officials that certainly would call that a penalty. Anytime the ball touches any part of your arm, sometimes they'll call that a handball. But a good no call from the official. It'll be another corner kick coming up here for Lionsbridge. They've been quite tame from the corners as well as set pieces in general. But now a good chance as any to try and spark their offense. Attempt bouncing through, but it's held on by the goalkeeper. And Silvera making a good save. Always difficult to track the ball with so much traffic in front. Ball goes all the way down to Huzen at the opposite end of the field. Materazzi switches the angle of the attack. An overlapping run being created. Now ball in towards Jennings in the middle. Silvera up and down with the ball. Cleared away by Silvera. Down to the opposite side of the field. Nuegbo has it at his feet. He plays it out towards Hadzik over on the far side. Bradley with the disruption. Trying to play it up. Lokko, and now here's Levengood. Has Lokko on the side, able to find him. Sliding effort by Beaulieu. Knocks it out of bounds. Quick throw coming up. Lionsbridge trying to keep this momentum going. Over on the side. They're able to poke it further along to Bradley. Delivery low and on the ground. Knocked away by Beaulieu yet again. He's been having himself quite a night. There's another Vermont player still down on the ground. They're going to slow things down and call for the trainer to come out onto the field. Now things get cleared up. Out on the field, Lionsbridge gets set for a throw-in. They're going to try and send this one inside the 18. Headed away by the defense. Drop down to Bradley. Touches it out towards his left foot. Back in across the center and cleared away once more. Materazzi can't get there and make the stop. It's going the other way with Adams. And now across the field. Now, here's Morrison. He's brought down by Materazzi. That's not the first foolish challenge we've seen from him, but might have been a necessary one. Here in the 85th minute. He gets a yellow card from the official. As Morrison, a nice clean touch, spotting the defender coming in. Able to move it away towards his left side, towards Morrison's left side. Touching it just a bit further out of reach. A great position here for Vermont Green FC. The ball marked out to 10 yards. Nuegbo and Adams standing behind the ball. Adams takes a couple steps away, and four defenders on the center line and a center defensive midfielder right in front of them. Nuegbo's strike off target by just a hair. Ball quickly thrown back out to Huzen. Now an attack is beginning. In front of the Lionsbridge bench. Ball is played up inside the 18. Rather harmless ball as Silvera falls down to the ground with it. No pressure his way at all. We approach the final minutes of this contest. Here in regulation, Bennett has this one slip between his legs. He's able to recover, though. Pass it out to Bijou. Gets a bit excited trying to recover the ball, and it goes out. Bijou and Hopfer not on the same page. Hopfer gesturing that he was trying to call the ball. As here comes the throw from Messer. Bijou back towards the center. Jennings keeps it to himself. Pressure coming his way. Bijou rectifies the situation. Lokko back across the middle now. 3-on-1 situation. The ball finally off his feet. Adams wheeling out towards the wing and will play it down the line. Materazzi is there to meet it. And he plays the ball back up top. Too much power behind it, and it escapes Hopfer's reach. Another goal kick for Vermont as here's another substitution for Lionsbridge. Omar Aboutaleb coming out onto the field. He's going to take the place of Maxi. Hopfer's had a very busy night running up and down the sideline. This ball is played up. Hall can't come down with it. And Vermont looking to make good progress down the field. Here's Nwegbo. Over on the side of the box, kick save by Huzen. Still in a dangerous area, but not many Vermont players there. They're more concerned with defending, and rightly so at this point. 89th minute, time winding down. Up and over the back of Lokko. That'll likely be a foul on Garrett Leal. And a free kick for Lionsbridge. They can slow down Lionsbridge, and as strange as this sounds, give them set-piece opportunities. All night, Lionsbridge hasn't been able to do anything with those chances that they've been given. Whether it's from the corner or from a free kick like this, as it's played in towards the middle. Materazzi just plays it out of bounds, and bit of a lackluster effort there. Silvera takes his time placing the ball. 90th minute here. Up Hall, able to head it around. Messer trying to slow down the pace. Takes it out towards the sideline. He'll be headed for the corner likely. Aboutaleb, fresh pair of legs. Is able to make a challenge, but he gets called for a foul, and he doesn't like it. The referee will indicate that he was pulling on the jersey of Messer. Free kick. Messer standing over it. And it's played short to Adams. Maybe a minimum of 5 minutes of stoppage time. It's going to be a long 5 minutes for both of these teams. Shot from distance by Nwegbo, saved by Huzen. Vermont seems very content to parking the bus, sitting back defensively, and really only having their minds on one thing, and that's preserve the lead. They don't need another goal. They've got the one that they need. Coming in the 63rd minute by McCann. Down a player. They're still able to make it happen. Bijou. The ball gets away from him. The delivery from Bennett just a bit off the mark. Now Messer gets set for the throw. He'll survey the field. Wait until he finds a target he likes. Materazzi has this one pinball off the official, and that's the second time he's been hit tonight. Of course, have to keep your head on a swivel as Aboutaleb lets this one get away from him. Has to be careful not to get called for another foul here as Nwegbo picks it up over on the far sideline. Sliding challenge by Core. The linesman signaling for a foul, and that's another foul given against Lionsbridge. Free kick coming up just inside Lionsbridge territory. They'll play this one towards the corner. Huzen along the sideline will win a throw for his side. So as it stands, it looks very much like Vermont Green FC in their first season will advance to the second round of the USL2 playoffs. The matchup against the Long Island Rough Riders on Sunday at 7 p.m. right here at TowneBank Stadium. That's the third time the official's been hit tonight, as Lionsbridge able to capitalize on this ball now. Bijou plays it towards the back foot of Aboutaleb, who really had to stretch to try and receive that pass. And pass to Nwegbo from Messer. Nwegbo inside the 18, trying to cut it back towards the middle for his stronger foot, and it goes out for a corner. All visibly frustrated with how the rest of his team has been playing tonight. Seems like an overall lack of urgency, as perhaps Lionsbridge came out of the gate a bit too hot in the first half and really was just firing on fumes in the second. And it seems like those fumes have run out. Their undefeated season could be coming to an end right here. Throw in from Messer. Materazzi is upended. Lokko is pulled down from behind. And staying down on the ground is Pasella. And now claiming that he rolled his ankle at first and now a calf injury is coming on. Looks like he came down awkwardly on his foot. The trainer making her way out. Now holding his left calf. Teammates got to just keep stretching that calf. You can't let go. Otherwise it'll tense up even worse. Adams moves away from helping the player down. Lionsbridge still waiting for the free kick. Very hot and humid night here in TowneBank Stadium. Of course, the fans unhappy with this, but the time will be added on, assumingly, for the stoppages. Finally, Pasella makes his way off to the sideline. Seems to be moving around all right. So that's certainly good to see, as the second you feel that calf muscle knot up, almost lose all productivity from that leg. Of course, many fans certainly know the feeling of that. Waking up in the middle of the night with a calf strain. And a quick substitution here for the injured player. Bennett with the ball inside the box. Pinballing around. And a good grab by the goalkeeper, Silvera, as he's had himself a strong night. Not too much to deal with for him, as he hasn't faced too many dangerous shots. With the shots and the balls that have come his way, he's been able to hold on to it, and that's really been a big game-changing factor for Vermont Green. Not allowing those second-chance opportunities as Hall dribbles out of bounds over on the far sideline. Ball going the other way. Up top for Jennings, trying to settle it down. Played it back across the middle. Lokko a couple steps behind the play. The ball gets sent back into Lionsbridge territory. Bennett wheeling around towards his left, finally gets the ball off his foot. Over on the far sideline. In towards the middle. Out along the end line by Beaulieu. Lionsbridge, the corners have been the recipe to their success all season long. And now it all comes down to this, a chance to keep their season alive and send the game into extra time. Lionsbridge with all 10 field players moving forward. Huzen halfway towards the center line. Takes a couple steps forward. The service is in. Off target, out of bounds, and it'll be another corner kick. The fans at this point don't care if it's a header, they just want this one to go in. Tense moment here as Levengood hands the ball off as the official blows his whistle. Steps inside the 6-yard box, has a conversation with a couple players, trying to simmer things down, but the tension's understandably quite high here. Vermont Green down a player thanks to a second yellow card in the 60th minute, and then scored the go-ahead goal. Bennett with the corner, floating it towards the back post. Off target, and it'll be a goal kick. Lionsbridge players extremely unhappy with the call. Sam Hall can't believe it. Hall gets tripped up over on the far side. He's brought down, free kick. A chance here in the dying moments of stoppage time. The ball is played in towards the center, punched away by Silvera. The final whistle sounds. Vermont Green have advanced to the second round of the USL2 playoffs in their inaugural season, taking down the #1 team in the country in the process on their home turf. They're able to capitalize on the mistakes that Lionsbridge made defensively. And that put the game out of reach for the boys in blue. Undefeated team no longer. Lionsbridge falls to 12-1-2 on the season. The Vermont Green fan club here in attendance, congratulating their players with high energy. The first time winning the division for Lionsbridge. There wasn't a Chesapeake division by a wide margin. But all that was in the past here tonight, and they were unable to get the job done offensively, going to their bread and butter set pieces. And they couldn't make anything happen. As the Lionsbridge players group up towards the center field. It'll be Vermont Green FC who takes on the Long Island Rough Riders Sunday night at 7 p.m. right here at TowneBank Stadium. It certainly looks like it'll be an exciting matchup between two teams. Long Island, a team with a lot of history, and Vermont Green, a team making their own history this season. For all of us here at TowneBank Stadium, I have been and will continue to be Austin Urch, and we will see you next time.